Good morning. Oh man, feels so good to be out here. Feels so good to be out here again, under the beautiful sun and nice air. Hope everyone's been doing all right. All the beautiful souls that are watching this. Yeah, I just feel great, man. I feel great. I got a lot of energy that I want to share, and yeah, man. It's been a rough little past couple of weeks since my foot's been injured, but now, I'm walking on it fine with no injuries, and yeah, I'm feeling blessed, man. I always got to take times to count your blessings, be appreciative of what you have around you, and then you'll always notice that your blessings come true. I heard an analogy yesterday, and I wanted to share it. It's this idea that I have where, you feel like you're trapped, right? You can't fly, right? It's a bird where he was in this cage, right? And the cage door is open, or not open, it's closed, and he can't fly at all, right? He's just stuck there. But then he becomes so comfortable with not flying that he just stays there even when the door is open, right? The door is open all the way, but he doesn't fly because he got so comfortable not flying that he just stayed there. And I applied that to my own life. This idea of comfortability, right? Being so comfortable, not being in the position that you deserve to be, or that you want to be, that you just settle for less, right? Being so comfortable that you don't go out and fly, even when the doors are right there. Even when the doors are right there, you don't go out and fly. I noticed that with myself. Sometimes in my life before, I was so held back by my own mind, right? That I would just settle for comfortability. I didn't see a life where I could actually do more than I was currently doing. I was in survival mode. I didn't feel safe. And I wasn't in the mindset of, there is so much more that I could be doing. But instead, doors would be open, all the way open for me, or there would be opportunities. But I wouldn't take them or pursue them because I was just under the idea that, I couldn't actually fly. And so I'm trying to break that, pursuing different things, pursuing different interests. My way of going about that is listening to my inner child and doing, in some cases what it is that he's saying, or doing the opposite, right? Because my inner child sometimes say like, oh, I couldn't do things, right? And so instead of not doing those things, I'll do the opposite. I'll do better. Because I know that I could do better now. Because it's all a choice. It's all a choice that I make at the end of the day. Right? It's all a choice. For example, one thing that I like to do, or actually, let me reword that. One thing that I didn't like to do when I was a kid was draw. I always liked the idea of drawing, but I never actually did it because I convinced myself that I couldn't do it. And so what I would do, or what I've done now, is, with some outside advice, of course, but I would just draw, just for me. because I was tired of telling myself I couldn't do something. I was tired of being stuck in this paralysis analysis where, you know, I'll be like, oh, well, what if it doesn't look that this way, or what if it doesn't work out, or what if, right? That's all I was thinking. So instead of, I tried to shut that voice out, and I would just do it, not worried about how the outcome would be. Just do it. And I've noticed, and this is just one example, of course, but I noticed just, you know, I would feel a lot better about myself, you know, even if it didn't turn out the way that I wanted. I noticed I felt better because I just did it. I stopped telling myself I couldn't do something, and I just did it, you know. Again, that's a very small, minute example, but I think it sets a precedence where it's like, you know, don't tell yourself you can't do something, right? You could do anything you want. Just a matter of shifting your perspective and your mindset towards that thing. You know, I've always hated, you know, the sound of my own voice or recording, right? I never really wanted to be in any pictures or videos, right? Because I just didn't want to just put myself out there. The idea of being seen by others. But for a while, you know, I wanted to shatter those beliefs. And so I started recording myself. And as I've been doing that, you know, it'd be small, no matter what it was, just like random silly videos, or me doing something, or this, right? I would always hate the idea, but now as I'm doing it more, you know, I feel better about the idea of being seen. It doesn't frighten me as much as before. And, you know, it's because I've been working to shatter those beliefs, right? Those beliefs that I put upon myself as a child, shattering it now as a young adult, you know. But I realized just from observing other people that some people never end up getting to shatter those beliefs. They just stay stuck in them, and they let beliefs that they've had since they were children affect them for their lives, right? Affect them their entire lives, right? Whether they're conscious of it or not. You know, I think that when I say that, I think about just like cycles. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the cycle of hatred, or like abuse, the cycle of abuse, right? Where, you know, one parent abuses you, and, you know, you feel worthless, or you feel a certain way. And instead of doing anything about it, you know, you have children yourself, and then you abuse them. Maybe not in the exact same way, but in a different way. And it just keeps going on and on and on, right? You know, preconceived beliefs that they've had since they were children manifested into the next generation, or manifested in different ways that they couldn't even acknowledge themselves, right? And so I just want to say this to everyone that's watching, all the beautiful souls who are still with me. I want you guys to acknowledge any beliefs that you have, whether it be from childhood, or, you know, teenage years, or, you know, even young adult. I wanted you to challenge any beliefs that you have about yourself. And I want you to, first of all, sit with that, understand where it came from, and then, you know, try to work on breaking that. Try to work on breaking that. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be probably one of the hardest things you can do. But I think it's worth it, because those are beliefs that you've had since you were a child. But just like any belief, you could change it, you can morph it, you can alchemize the pain that came with it and turn it into something much more beautiful for your current life. But it's a matter of actually acknowledging it, taking accountability, and then doing something about it. It's very hard, but I think it's one of the best things that, I'm doing in my own life, that I think you can do as a human, especially if you've been through a lot. Because if you resonate with this energy, I know you've been through a lot. I'm sorry for all the shakiness. My hands are kind of tired, but it's okay, because I've said this before. This is just gonna be raw, no editing, no special, nothing special, just me walking and talking. But yeah, really challenge yourself to sit with those beliefs, man. It's hard, but it's worth it. Yeah, it's nice to be able to hear the birds again. It's been a while since I've been out here for real. I've been outside, but not walking like this. So it's nice that my foot's been able to keep up. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this walk. I have a weighted vest on right now, and I got it as a gift from my dad. But oh man, it's been a while since I've been able to walk like this. I used to do this when I lived at my old home, but I'm getting sidetracked. It's just hard. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this walk. If you're seeing this, I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure to take care of yourself, because the only person who can take care of you is you. And always remember, beliefs that you formed as a child, I think it's time to work on those and shatter them and change them into something even more beautiful than you could ever realize. Have a good one.